Hi, my name's No Shad, saying his name is Shabon, Spurs video podcast. A lot of it's actually been inspired by the Spurs show, which I listen to. It's great for a video, it's a great podcast, and they load some really good points. First of all, a lot of Spurs fans enjoy complaining again, but the thing is, people saying where's the money? The money is just not there. When you think about it, we're going to take, the amount of money we've spent on the likes of Bentley. I mean, God knows how much dross we've spent money on. I mean, Robbie Keane, I think if we'd have got 3 million, we'd have been bloody lucky to get that. We've lost a lot of money on players. Now, obviously players depreciate over time, the transfer value, but in terms of player trading, we've spent a lot of money, and I think that's one of the reasons. And obviously, just in terms of salary as well, we've lost a bit of money. But I think speaking of players that cost a lot of money, Ledley King. Is it time for our king to abdicate? And sorry if I'm playing around with this, but I want to be seeing myself. In all honesty, I'm going to go with the fact that it was really weird when Sol Campbell left us, the way he did. Ledley King was like, "Oh, he'll be the heir apparent," and Ledley King, it was apparent that he's a very different player, and it was a lot to live up to. And now we have young Steve Colker, he's doing pretty well at Swansea. Although recently they've kind of lost their way a little bit, they are going to be staying up, and hopefully, he'll have developed a lot as a player. So we think, oh, he'll be the new Ledley King, and I'm like, no. If anything, I think, we haven't got a new Ledley King. We haven't got that kind of player that can read the game as well as he can, as well as having that physical strength and speed that Ledley King does have, as well as that decision making, that tackling, that one-on-one decision making, to know when to tackle and know when not to. He's always had that pace. I think he's now lost that yard of pace, and much as I'd love that him to keep us one-man club and all that, I'm hoping he's either going to be given like a coaching role, or he does Scholes and does like a page you play kind of thing. I really think he has a lot to offer, but he's 32 years old. I mean, I run with a busted knee, and I can tell you it's bloody painful. If I've got cartilage in my knee, if you've got no cartilage and the knee does what he does, at the end of the day, if you can't run on it, if you cannot train to that level, you're going to lose a little bit of speed. You're going to lose that yard of pace that you're going to have, and if you do that, it'll catch up with you. I think I was talking to my mate looking, and about two players at Borussia Dortmund who are not going to come to us. As much as I'd love to Hummels and Subotic come to us, they're either going to go to what's that club called? Is it Bayern Munich? They're going to go to big European clubs like Bayern Munich or Real Madrid or Barca, or like money clubs like Man City or Malaga or PSG. They're not going to come to us. That's why we're going to have to go maybe downgrade and go for the likes of a Tongan. And hopefully he can do something. Hopefully Corker, can make the step up and become a ball playing centre half. And I think Cabal definitely for me can be the new Sol Campbell. He's physically strong, he's quick, but like Campbell, he had that weakness of box strikers, guys who can ghost in. He's always had that. We saw Welbeck absolutely exploit that, and a good box striker, was Sol Campbell. If you remember him and Salah killed Campbell. Hopefully that's something. Hopefully have a partner that can cover his deficiencies. That's the way a partnership works. One player's strengths. Hopefully we'll mask the other player's weaknesses and hide it enough, or allow it to get by. But I do think the King's time is up. I think when you lose that pace, I mean, even they said, look, Ledley King 2 years ago, he hardly ever trains, barely plays, and look at it, he was man of the match against. Was he man of the match against Arsenal all those years ago? I can't remember, but he just absolutely killed it for us, and I just cannot see him doing the same thing again. Me personally, I think it's time for us to move on, but we'll see how it goes. No shout outs. I think I've given a lot of shout outs on my earlier video podcast, probably more than I can shout out, but Eggsy, I've got to give you a shout out, so I hope you'll be at this Wembley game, and I will do a video podcast for the Chelsea game at some point. Obviously, there's a few more days to go. Injuries. I don't even know who's going to be playing. Nelson, I must say, he's impressed me. He doesn't, 34 years old, and I thought, oh shit, because Blackburn let him go, and well, can't be that great if Blackburn let him go, but I think a combination of injuries, but you don't have to be incredibly paced, which scares me though, because they're going to be playing Torres. If not Drogba, they're going to be playing Torres against him, and the idea of Torres against Nelson is just a scary thought. But hopefully, we're going. I think Nelson, if Gallas can be fit and if Cabal can be fit, because obviously I'm not too sure, but if Gallas and Cabal can be fit for Sunday, sorry. Hopefully, we'll play our 4-5-1 and get the win. Hopefully, we'll play. Park will be there. Hopefully, he'll be fully fit. We'll go to that 4-4-1, that 4-4-1-1 kind of thing, and I encourage Van der Vaart to drop in deep and add the extra body. Anyway, as always, hope you enjoy this. Come on, you Spurs.